Hola, mi amigo. Welcome to the channel. We're about to open up a box. This one's really, really interesting. I'm not the first one to get this knife. I wish I was. This is one of those. This one is going to upset people and make people smile equally. I think it's about 50% of the people are going to be really mad about this knife, and then the other 50% are going to have the biggest smile on their face. And I love showing knives like that because I get so many cool responses in the comments. So many people that are so passionate about either side of the fence there. So this was purchased from somebody that already owns this knife. You can see it has the new Heretic packaging, and this is the this is the third Medusa that I have owned, or third Medusa that I own. And yes, this is the infamous Cel Shading Medusa right here in neon green and a recurve blade. Now, as I understand it, I'm not 100% sure on this. As I understand it, I think the only way to get this recurve blade currently in the auto is this cell shade version. I might be wrong. Comment down below. David, if you're watching this, please correct me if I'm speaking incorrectly. But part of the reason I wanted this guy was this recurve blade. Very, very sexy. Very, very cool. I was so on the fence with this knife when I first saw it. I just thought, gimmick, right? It reminded me of like that period of time in the pew world where people were cartooning their pews, right? They were making them look like the Nintendo Laser Duck Hunt game and things like that. And I just didn't really like it. I didn't like the infantizing of serious tools and defensive tools and things like that. Knives are a little different, right? They're a little more artsy and they're a little less serious and dangerous and stuff. But still, it kind of reminded me of that whole thing. And when I first saw it, I thought it was cool, right? It's like, oh, it is striking. But ultimately, I was like, no, that's a gimmick. I'm not going to be a part of that. But when I got my first Medusa that was sent to me in the channel, I really fell in love with the design. And I knew I would be adding more and more Medusas to the collection. And this sucker popped up for sale, and I couldn't resist it. Very frickin' crazy. I think this is all like done by hand, which is wild, right? I mean, it has to be. I mean, clearly the base color is sprayed on. But all of this, I think it's done by hand, because from what I understand, every one of these is different. They are not the same, right? They're all a little bit different. All these little detailed markings and stuff are all a little bit different. So how freaking wild is this thing? I've never seen anything like it. Heretic coming out of left field with arguably the most unhinged concept in the knife world as of late. And they just kind of came out of nowhere with this thing. And from what I'm seeing, it's a smash hit. These things are selling out like crazy. They've done the manual version of the Medusa like this. They've done this auto version of the Medusa. I would imagine that they're going to spread this concept into other knives. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe this is a cost prohibitive type thing. Maybe the amount of labor to do these doesn't justify doing it on a large scale, and we won't really see too many of these. I have no idea. I don't know if this is going to be a little bit of a special thing, or if you're going to see these roll out to all the different models. But very, very cool indeed. I wish I had my G10 Medusa handy so that I could compare the weight. But very, very cool. What do you guys think? Comment down below on what do you think of this thing? It's an eye grabber, right? It is a showpiece. It's functional. It is functional. It's using Magna Cut steel. I mean, it's the same knife, right? It just has a paint job on it. It is razor sharp. I don't know if you noticed this, but they make sure and put an extra sticker on here so that you know this is not a toy, right? It looks like a toy. It looks like a gimmick or like, some kind of whatever. I've seen some knife companies do the thing where they make a version of their knife out of like foam for kids and stuff like that. That is not this. This is an actual automatic, side-opening automatic knife with MagnaCut steel. It is razor sharp, and you can use the crap out of it if you so desire. It's very, very cool. Comment down below, what do you think of this cell shading? Is this a cool trend you want to see more of, or should this die with this knife? All right, guys, I will talk to you later. I am out.